Avatars of War, Fallen Beast.
Scruffy Crow. That is some nerdy shit right there, buddy. I like that.
Exciting looking box just arrived from Wayland Games. Actually ordered it off eBay. Let's have a look what's in it. That is an awful lot of box for one small resin mini. This is literally what it looked like if you take the bubble wrap out. It's a little bit crazy. So we have the Avatars of War, Fallen Beast. For some reason I was expecting this to be metal. Probably because all the rest of the Avatars of War stuff I've ever had has been. But this guy is to be a third member of my Classic Spawns unit. So let's get him put together and see how he sizes up. Okay, first thing I've noticed is there was a couple of base options. Both quite cheap and nasty. But interesting to get square and round options. I'm holding this together at the moment as a sort of dry test fit. And actually, he's a little bigger than I expected him to be. He fits in fairly well with these spawns. I won't tell exactly how well he fits in until I get him on a round base. As I said, just a test fit. And they've fixed the problem of having a mould line by interestingly not caring. Yeah, they've used the connection line between the two halves as like a detail. So there it's a gap between the ribs. There it's like a tear in his flesh. I mean, it kind of meets there, but only briefly. And then there's a big old hole in the bottom. So, kind of as I'd expect from an Avatars of War model, honestly. The quality is not superb. I've glued this guy together now. As you can see, the integrated mould line ideas work quite well. Require minimal filling, I think. But, I mean, if you see here, that is a pretty bad mould line. Despite the comments I made on the general quality of this guy, things like the two body parts going together and this tail going on, have actually all gone together quite smoothly, with minimal cleanup required before it'll just go together. So really it's just the mould lines and the bits like the flash here that I'm going to have to work on. Okay, so I'm going to try and do something about the hole in this spawn's bottom. So I've just got a bit of cereal box card to start with, and I've cut it to the size of the hole. So I'm going to glue that in. Alright, so I've pretty crudely glued this in the hole. I'm going to go around with the knife and I'm going to trim off any edges that stick out further than the model. Okay, first layer of green stuff didn't go as far as I thought, so we ain't got much texture on there. I'm probably going to build that up at the front here and around the side. But at least the cardboard's all covered now. Alright, I think that's probably his belly done now. And I've extended out that final tail panel so it overflows a little bit better, rather than just looks stuck on. So normally I'd smooth my green stuff a lot more than this. But I'm probably going to leave it more or less like that. I might do a little bit of work. Just because it kind of matches the way the resin parts are. Alright, I've glued him on the base now because I was happy with his gut and bollocking cocks. I've glued him on the base, but I've just realised that I haven't finished his green stuff. But I'm not going to let that worry me. I'm going to do the sand on his base, take him back inside, let it all dry, finish off the green stuff, and then I'll spray him because I'm going to have to wait for him to dry anyway. You'll notice I've also added these little bits of cork. That's because one of his feet was a little bit higher than the others. And I'm just going to put the PVA on them as well. And PVA between them. But still leave a little bit of this surface exposed. And that'll match in with some of the other bases I've done as well. I'm just going to smarten up the outside of the base with my thumb here. And he's going to go in the sand. I'll leave him in there 5 minutes or so, let that all amalgamate through. Alright, that's the green stuff completed to a level I'm happy with on the top half of this guy. And I've done actually quite a lot more, maybe a little bit more than I thought I would. So we've obviously filled in the gap all the way around. But then I've also used the green stuff to cover a couple of particularly angry mould lines. Like there was a bit of a mould misalignment on the back of here that I felt Nick could have done with it a little bit. And as I was doing this, I found a whole bunch more mould lines and defects that I wanted to tidy up. So certainly not a model for beginners. It's not one you're going to get straight out of the box and slap some paint on. As far as models go, it's not the best model I've ever put together. It went together well enough, and I think he looks fine now. But the quality of the resin you can't file it. It was really hard to cut with a knife neatly. You couldn't scrape it, for instance. it was sort of more of a PVC sort of resin. There was a lot of mould defects, a lot of wide mould lines and sort of mould misalignments that need to be sorted out. I'm sure I haven't got them all. There'll probably be other bits that pop up as I start to paint it. So definitely not a model if you're a beginner. So the design of the model is pretty cool. The way it's went together was alright, but the overall quality I can't rate. I didn't like the resin, and I didn't like the way it had been moulded. Which seems consistent with what I've heard about some of the other Avatars of War kits, such as the Gargoyles, which are really cool looking models. But I would certainly have second thoughts about buying any now I've put this guy together if they're in the same resin. But overall I'm happy with him and can't wait to slap some paint on. Okay, so this guy is finished for the purpose of this video, and he'll be joining these other two spawn for a painting video, which I'll do in the next week or so. And that's all for this video. Please let me know what you thought down in the comments, maybe subscribe for more, and as ever, thanks for watching, bye!